What's up, Cody? How you doing, man? Let's get rolling, rocking and rolling. We're gonna open this case up. I got two of these. The fill was a little tougher than I expected, so hopefully this case will leave you guys wanting more. Open them up. 12 boxes, 6 autos per box, plus some non-autos, which I don't even remember how many Leaf. I don't know why Leaf started doing that, but I was just thinking a little while ago. I missed the old days. I don't know if some of you may or may not remember when Leaf used to top load the cards. Like the cards used to already be top loaded in there. All right, let's see. Let me pull up our list and let's roll through it. So we got Gary Mazzana, Arizona; Eddie Bobel, Atlanta; Cody Kovac, Baltimore; Jim Miller, Boston and Cubs; Lance with the White Sox; Tim Ball, Cincinnati; Cody with Cleveland, and Charlie Sheen goes to that spot; Cody with Colorado; Gary with Detroit; Drew Burke, Houston and Kansas City; Cody Angels; Lance Dodgers; Gary Miami; Lance Milwaukee, Minnesota and Mets; Adam Puccia, Yankees; Lance with Oakland and Philly; Gary with Pitt; Lance with San Diego; Cody with San Francisco; Daniel Sexton, Seattle; Lance with St. Louis; Christopher Bailey, Tampa; Lance, Texas; Gary, Toronto; John Moran, Washington; and Dimitri with NIL and Celebrity. So let's get rocking and rolling. Lots, I felt like, I could be wrong, but lots more legends on the checklist than I feel like in the past with some other Leaf products. Never done Optichrome, so we will see how it is. I like the cardboard on the bottom. Alright, let's go. We're going to start off with an aquatic Jamie Arnold. That is 1 of 1. What a start. 1 of 1. Jamie Arnold right off the rip. Hoping we get a lot of good autos. So we'll put that on the board for now. Jamie Arnold's a big name. First rounder for Oakland. That's going to Lance. That's a good start. Jeff Reardon. Looks like Washington. That is another 1 of 1. Wow. They're not all 1 of 1s, are they? All base are 1 of 1s. Oh, wow. I'm dumb. I guess I should have known that, huh, Lance? Jeff Reardon. Okay, thank you for telling me. I did not know that. Griffin Burkholder. This is 1 of 10. This is Philadelphia. Philadelphia is Lance. Griffin Burkholder. I'm going to try to get the teams right, but I probably won't. I don't know who this one is. Joshua Kuroda Grauer. I'm guessing this is NIL. 6 of 7. I do not know for sure. Joshua Kuroda Grauer. I'll have to look up to check that one. This one is San Diego. Cash Mayfield. So there's 42 variations for each player, and they're all 1 of 1. Oh, so this is Oakland as well. Joshua Kuroda Grauer, thank you. You guys are better than I am. Cash Mayfield, 2 of 8. What's up, Sean? Missed you in this one. All right, you guys are showing off now. Everybody knows it but me. Dodgers, we got a Kellen Lindsey. 4 of 7. That's going to Lance. For Atlanta, we got the Prospect Relic. Oh, there we go. Prospect Relic on the Cam Caminiti. I just added these in this year with the relics on them. And that is 2 of 7. Atlanta is Eddie Bobel. And here's a nice one. Rock Kalowski on the aquatic. And that is a 1 of 1. Going to Dimitri. I know that's a big one right there. Rock Kalowski. 1 of 1. That's a nice one. All right. First box underway. Alright, we got a Felnin Celestin. I'm not going to top load all the 1 of 1s right now. We'll do that later. Here is for Houston. Going to Drew Burke. We got a Nolan Ryan Battle Worn. 4 of 10. Battle Worn, Nolan Ryan. I got something stuck in my mouth. My tooth. Here we go. Jamie Arnold. There's another one for Oakland. 3 of 8. And Jamie Arnold. We're gonna put that with the 1 of 1. Nice one right here as well. White Sox. Billy Carlson. That's going to Lance. That's a good one. 5 of 8 on the Billy Carlson. Oh, nice. Who's got Lance again? Yadi Molina. 1 of 1. That's a really nice one. I saw him on the checklist, and I was thinking, man, you don't see Yadi very often. That's a cool one. Yadi Molina. 1 of 1. Minnesota, we got Kalen Culpepper. Lance again. That is 1 of 7. There's something stuck in my hoof, and I can't get it right now. And this is going to Daniel Sexton. We got a Felnin Celestin. 1 of 1. That's a nice one. He's a great name. This is a fantastic box. Felnin Celestin. 1 of 1. And we're going to round it off with a Travis Bazana. 3 of 6. Going to Cody Kovac. Travis Bazana, 3 of 6. That was, all around, that was as good of a box as I feel like you can get. Jamie Arnold, Celestin, Billy Carlson, Bazana. Alright, next box. I guess every box also has a relic in it. Alright, Kansas City going to Drew Burke. We got the Bobby Witt. 1 of 1. And Detroit, we got the Alan Trammell. 1 of 1. Going to Gary. Oh, another nice one for the NIL spot. Rentaro Sasaki, 2 of 4. I don't know a lot of the NIL, but Sasaki and Chalowski I do know. Rentaro Sasaki. Someone told me I needed to up the NIL spot. Colorado, Cody Kovac. How about a nice purple Charlie Condon? That is 5 of 5. That's a nice one. Charlie Condon. Tampa Bay is Christopher Bailey with the Theo Gillen. 5 of 7. Cincinnati is Tim Ball with the Tyson Lewis. 2 of 6. Tyson Lewis. What's up, Cody? Oh man, I should know this one. I think this is Yankees, if I'm not mistaken. Thatcher Hurd. I think that's Yankees. Thatcher Hurd with the Prospect Relic Auto. I need to get some more. I got 100 points, but those are not going to fit the relics. 6 of 7. Thatcher Hurd. Pretty sure that's Yankees. And our first. Ooh. Oh. Who is that one? This is a nasty one. Who? I think I know this. This is our first duel. I think I know who that one is. Oh no, they're both. Okay, so that's okay. Good. Don't have to worry about a random here. Going to Gary Mazzana, dual Connor Griffin, Wyatt Sanford, 4 of 5. That is nasty. Connor Griffin, Wyatt Sanford, 4 of 5 on the duel. Let me go get some more top loaders because I grabbed 100 points, but the relics are a lot thicker than that. This is making me eager for that second case. This is some awesome names. Celebrities, man, they're going to be tougher hits, I would imagine, but there are some huge ones. You only need one of the good celebrities, and you'll be covered for that spot. Giannis, Messi. Yeah, you'll be good. All right, here we go. St. Louis, we got the Liam Doyle, 1 of 1. I kind of dig the aquatic. They're kind of cool. And I believe this is Colorado. We got the Brody Brecht, 1 of 1. Autos. I always try not to look them up, but just not that good. It says Minnesota. Is he always Minnesota? I feel like he... Yeah. So Minnesota, we got the Desan Hill, 4 of 5. Kalowski, you think? Oh, because it's a 1 of 1, right? Yeah, good point. I didn't even think about that. Desan Hill, that's 4 of 5. Tight, so we can't hit any of those, Dimitri. We can't hit any of the boxers. This is a really cool one. Detroit, Gary Mazzana, Denny McClain. I've only ever got set up at one show. And the show I set up with, that's a 1 of 1. I set up next to Denny McClain. Like he was the next booth over. Really cool. 1 of 1, Denny McClain. That's really cool. Pittsburgh, another one for Gary. We got Seth Hernandez. A 1 of 4. 1 of 4 on the Seth Hernandez. I'm guessing this is college. I don't know this name. Dylan Volantis. Dylan Volantis. That's another 1 of 1. Fighters are only in jumbo, yes. So there's only like 8 on the celebrity checklist. It's like Giannis, Messi, Livy Dunn, Aaron Andrews. I can't remember the other ones. Another 1 of 1 there. All right, here's a nice one for the Angels. We got the Prospect Relic Auto, Tyler Bremner. Angels, I believe that's Cody. And it is. Tyler Bremner, 1 of 8. The boxers are only in jumbos, yes, but you can still hit all the other celebrities. Here's our second duel for Seattle. Gerangelo Klinge and Ryan Sloan. That's going to Daniel Sexton. 4 of 10. 4 of 10 on the Ryan Sloan and Gerangelo. I don't know much about Sloan, but I know Gerangelo is the dual pitcher that pitches left-handed and right-handed. All right, 4 down. Did you already rip a bunch of this, Daniel? All right, our non-auto 1 of 1s. We got Charlie Condon and Rustin Rigdon. I don't know Rustin Rigdon. Autos, Oakland. We got Gage Jump, 3 of 10. I don't know him either, but I do know he's Oakland. Gage Jump. I remember seeing him on the checklist. We got, I think this is Washington. Caleb Lamavita. I believe that's Washington. 3 of 10 on the Caleb Lamavita, which would be John Moran if it is Washington. This is one I feel like it's Atlanta, but I'm not confident enough to commit to it. Yeah, Atlanta. Uniform looks like Atlanta too. Carter Holton, that is 3 of 7. Atlanta is Eddie Bobel. What did I say? 3 of 7. Miami is Gary. We got Carter Johnson, 1 of 8. And our next relic, auto. Oakland again is Gauge Jump. That's going to Lance. Gauge Jump, 5 of 6. All right, let's make some room on the board. Going to Gary, we got a Connor Griffin, 1 of 6. So 5 boxes in, and we already got 2 Connor Griffins, arguably the top prospect in here to chase. Now, I'm really surprised. Like, I thought there was a ton of legends on the checklist. Maybe that was just in my head, but... Or maybe... I don't know. Feels like we haven't hit any yet. Well, Yachty. Yachty's a legend. Which I know he's still playing, but he's still a legend. As far as, like, he's not a prospect. Oh, we got 2 relics in this one. One looks like 1 auto and 1 non. All right, Minnesota. We got Emmanuel Rodriguez. I really like the aquatic ones. They're kind of cool. And, oh, here's a nice one. We'll take that. Going to Seattle. Ken Griffey. Oh, I forgot they're all 1. Well, no, the relics weren't all 1 of 1. That's a Ken Griffey Jr. 1 of 1. Because we got the Nolan Ryan earlier. That was the 10. Ken Griffey Jr. 1 of 1 battle worn. Griffey 1 of 1. That's nice. Daniel Sexton. All right, here's a nice former first rounder for the White Sox. Hagen Smith. That's going to Lance. 4 of 10. Hagen Smith. Finally, Daniel. Finally, right? I know I owe you some hits, and so far 3 on the board, I think. So, no, here's another one for you. Gerangelo Klinge on the 1 of 1. That's another nice one for you. Seattle off to a good start, Daniel. We're going to put that with the duel. I don't know who this is. I think this is probably NIL. I don't know this one. Gabe Geckel. Yeah, hopefully it makes up for a little bit. 6 of 8. Yeah, I'm surprised. I really like the aquatics. Like, we've already gotten, like, this just regular fish, jellyfish, clownfish. I thought we had a shark earlier. Oh, but Gabe Geckel to 8. We're having a good start so far, man. Oh, no, it's always Eastern Standard Time. I'm trying to think what you got so far. I could be wrong. You could have more, but I know you got a Bobby Witt, 1 of 1, and a battle-worn relic, Nolan Ryan, out of 10. So far. You might have more, but those are the 2 I know. All right, Dodgers. Here we go. This one's got an orca on it. Zaire Hope. That's a 1 of 1. That's a nice. Are all the aquatics 1 of 1s? I'm already almost out of stands. Zaire Hope for the Dodgers. 1 of 1 for Lance. That's a nice one. I want to say this is Cleveland, but I'm not 100%. Henry Lalani. Yes. No, actually, that's Yankees, isn't it? Yeah, that's Yankees. I don't know what I was thinking. Yankees on the Henry Lalani, 5 of 8. Sorry, whoever has Yankees. Adam Puccia. And Dexter McLeon Jr. I think that's another NIL one. 1 of 2. Pretty sure that's NIL. Pretty sure he's one of the bigger NIL guys, too. 1 of 2, Dexter McCleon Jr. All right, that is the halfway point. So if we were doing a half case, that would be pretty nasty. I'm kind of pumped now to do the second case because this is like amazing. I feel like big name after big name. Yeah, that's what we need. We need a celebrity. All right. Here's another 1 of 1, Dexter McCleon. And for, I think this is Cincinnati. It could be Atlanta. I feel like I mixed him up. I don't know. I think it's Cincinnati. 1 of 1, Alfredo Sena. I hate when I don't know. I think this is Miami. Yeah, Miami. Shedry Vargas. 1 of 1. Miami, I think, is Gary. Yep. 1 of 1. White Sox going to Lance. We got George Walkow, another aquatic. That's like the octopus in the background. 1 of 1. George Walkow. No idea. Not even going to pretend on this one. I don't know who this is. And I should have known he plays for my team. Tampa Bay. So Christopher Bailey, aquatic, should be another 1 of 1. Yoniel Currit. Yoniel Currit. Another 1 of 1. I do like the ones with the orca. Kyle DeBarge. I think that's Minnesota. 1 of 1. So these have all been 1 of 1s, I think, in this box. I think you guys told me this was Oakland earlier, but I didn't know it off my head. Oakland on the Joshua Kuroda Grauer. Is that Oakland? If so, that's Lance. Joshua Kuroda Grauer. Yeah, Oakland. When was he drafted? 3rd rounder in 2020. Wow, he had a good 2025. He had good minor league numbers, actually. 7 of 7. Oh, great duel, but I hate it when they're 2 different teams. So we got a duochrome Seaver King and Bryce Rayner. That is 2 of 8. Seaver King is Washington, which is John Morine, and Bryce Rayner is Detroit, which is Gary Mazzana. Gary Mazzana. I don't know how hard the celebrities are to hit, man, but you're killing the NIL spot, so celebrity would just be icing on the cake. I hope we can find a Messi or something. That would be insane. I'm actually headed this weekend. I've never been to a soccer game, but Miami is playing Charlotte, so I'm heading there this weekend to see Messi play. So, all right, 1 of 1. We got the Kalen Culpepper. I don't know, what is that? A crab in the background? Yeah, I guess it's a crab. Kalen Culpepper. I wonder how many different aquatic variations there are. Minnesota again, I think Kyle DeBarge. Keon Johnson, I believe that's NIL. That is 8 of 8. Keon Johnson. I don't know this one. Never heard of this guy. Yeah, NIL. So this is Dimitri. We got a Maddox Maloney. 1 of 6. What's up, buddy? How you doing, Nate? Is it Nate? Sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. Maddox Maloney. 1 of 6. All right, Texas, we got a Malcolm Moore. I think it is Lance. Malcolm Moore. 5 of 6. Here's another 1 of 1. I don't know what that is. I know it's aquatic, but I don't know what the background's supposed to be. This is another NIL spot. Miles Bailey. I don't know what the background's supposed to be, though. I don't know what animal that is or what aquatic fish. 1 of 1, though. Philadelphia going to Lance. We got a Griffin Burkholder. That is 4 of 5 Griffin Burkholder. Wish I had a bigger setup so you could see more of the board. Whoa, this is nice. This is definitely different teams. I'm going to have to look this one up. 3 for all. Jim Leland, Tony La Russa, and Terry Francona. 1 of 1. Now, I know Jim Leland is Detroit, so that's Gary. Tony La Russa is St. Louis, so that's Lance. I don't know what Terry Francona is. He could be Boston. He could be Cleveland. I'm not 100%. I'm going to have to look at the checklist for that one or look online because that could be Boston or Cleveland. I'm out of stands already. But Jim Leland, Tony La Russa, Terry Francona, 1 of 1. All right, we got 4 to go. That reminds me, though. We need, what's KOI? We need something for Jim. Jim Miller, man, are you in here? I haven't hit anything for you, I don't think. %, not yours. We got an Andy Van Slyke. 1 of 1. And is this a 1 of 1? Well, it should be since it's in the top 2. Well, I guess the relics I said earlier on. But we got a Don Mattingly, 7 of 10 for the Yankees. Adam Puccia. Oh, a koi fish. Oh, gotcha. Ooh, this is a nice 1 of 1. Gary Mazzana with the Alan Trammell, 1 of 1. There's a legend for us. Alan Trammell, 1 of 1. All right, here we go, Jim. Getting you on the board, or getting you with something. Franklin Arias, that's Boston, 4 of 6. Sean, I was surprised you missed out on this one, man. I always mix this one up. All right, White Sox. Braden Montgomery. For some reason, I always think he's Boston. Braden Montgomery, 2 of 4. On the checklist is Cleveland. Oh, this one's nice. Going to Cody. Inscription, big, sexy Bartolo Colon, 1 of 1. That's nice. Bartolo Colon with the big, sexy inscription. What do you think, Daniel? You know, I know you're a big Leaf guy. Is that Boston or Cleveland? I don't know. Bartolo Colon, big, sexy inscription. That's cool. We got a Thatcher Hurd, which I believe is Yankees, going to Adam. 1 of 7. And here's a nice relic auto on the bottom. Leo DeVry. Leo DeVry going to Oakland. 5 of 5. Now, Leo's one that I did look up, like minor league uniforms. He's in an Oakland affiliated minor league uniform. So that is Oakland. Yeah, it could be. I used to be able to ask. There was someone in the groups, I don't remember his name off the top of my head, but it used to be someone that I could ask. But I guess he doesn't work for Leaf anymore, so I can't really ask him. And Leaf checklists, man, their checklists are terrible. I don't know why they can't get a checklist together. I don't know why it is so hard for the company that creates the cards to get a checklist. I'll have to look and figure that out. I'm not 100% sure. Alright, we got a nice 1/1 Billy Carlson. And a 1/1 with the Orca. This is like the gold vinyl. Ethan Petrie. Atlanta, we got a Cam Caminiti. That's going to Eddie Bobel. 10/10. Yeah, they said they were going to start. Didn't they say they were going to start putting team names like New York, or they were going to put the city at least? And then, yeah, and then nothing. I don't know this one. It's terrible. But even their checklist, like, I know some people break based on the checklist, but like Nolan Ryan, he's on the Angel checklist. There's no, he's in it. You can't, like, that. How's that go to the Angels? That's Houston all day. So how in the world? All right, this is NIL. We got a Cade Ehrenbide. Cade Ehrenbide, 3/8. It's just, I don't get it. I don't get how it's so difficult for them. Seaver King, and like I said, I know some people just go by the checklist, which it makes sense, so there's no fighting or arguments about it, but it just doesn't add up. Seaver King on the 10/10 going to John Moran. Houston, that's going to Drew Burke. Nice first rounder. Xavier Nyans on the 1/2. Yep. Yes, the Nolan does. Drew Burke, that does go to Houston, but what I'm saying is, if you look at the Leaf checklist, they have it as Angels. But it always goes to the uniform on the card. So yes, that is yours, and this is yours. Xavier Nyans, 1/2. All right, finally, getting Jim Miller some more, getting on the board. We got a Miguel Bleis. Miguel Bleis on the 4/4 Prospect Relic Auto. And this is going to Eddie Bobel. We got a dual Cam Caminiti and Carter Holton, 3/4. I don't have any room on the board. We're supposed to get 3 or 4 multis. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 5 already. So 5 multi-player autos. So we got more than we're supposed to. Yes, Nolan, I have not, like I said, he's on the Angels checklist. But I have not seen not one card of him in this product when I researched it where he is not in a Houston uniform. Sometimes they have him in cards with both, but he is everything I've seen is Houston with this product. All right, we got the Mets, Darryl Strawberry. We got some team with Corey Snyder. Looks like Cleveland, but I don't know that name. Corey Snyder. Never heard of him. I don't know this one either. St. Louis. St. Louis is Lance. We got a Chen Wei Lin. 2/6. Chen Wei Lin. Houston again. This is going to Drew Burke. We got an Anderson Brito. 6/7. I've never heard of him, Cody. And I used to like Cleveland. Cleveland was my team growing up. I don't know this one. Caden Bokenpole. 1/6. I'm guessing NIL. Caden Bokenpole. Here's another one. Houston's starting to pick up. Walker Janik, another first rounder. 1/7. Walker Janik. Let me look this one up. I think I know who this one is, but I just want to make sure. I'd rather look it up and tell you. Yeah. Yankees going to Adam Puccia. I need to find that Mantle jersey. That's what I want to find. We got a Bryce Cunningham. 3/8. And our second Travis Bazana. Cody. That is 2 of 5 with the Travis Bazana. Our second one. 2 of 5 and 3 of 6. We'll put those together. And unfortunately, we are on to our last box. This has been a really, really good product, I think. So I was a little nervous to have a second case because kind of slower filled, but I'm glad I do now. I think we can fill a second case. What do you guys think? Might not be till next week, but I think we can do it. All right, last one, guys. This is it. Speak now or forever hold your peace. Aquatic, we got the Kellen Lindsay 1 of 1. Here's a nice one. This one's cool. I need... it's not going to fit in there. I'm going to have to get another top loader. We got a battle-worn Pete Rose. Battle-worn Pete Rose. 1 of 3 going to Tim Ball. Alright, our last autos. Here's a good one to start with. Liam Doyle. First rounder for St. Louis. 5 of 8. If I had room on the board, I'd probably put him on the board, but I don't have room on the board. Going to Lance. Philadelphia, also going to Lance. We got Andrew Painter. 4 of 7. 4 of 7. Minnesota. Going to Lance. We got Emmanuel Rodriguez. 7 of 10. Giants. Giants only have 2 people, I think, on the checklist. But Josh Barr's a good one. White Sox, we got Hagen Smith. 10 of 10. Nice one. Is this our last? No, we got one more after this. I know I remember hitting this guy before, but I don't know. Unless he's NIL, I don't know who he is. Well, he's not NIL. First rounder. Why don't I know that? Huh. Minnesota. Going to Lance. We got a Merrick Houston. Merrick Houston on the 10 of 10. And we're going to round it. We're going to end with a banger. Going to Gary Mazzana. Miguel Cabrera. 3 of 10. Miguel Cabrera. That's a nice one. Alrighty, that's it, guys. Wow. You let me know what you think. I thought that was great. Here's all our 1 of 1s, which I will top load them all. But Kellen Lindsay, Corey Snyder, Daryl Strawberry, Ethan Petrie, Billy Carlson, Andy Van Slyke, Kyle DeBarge, Kalen Culpepper, Alfredo Sena, Dexter McLeon, Emmanuel Rodriguez, Rustin Rigdon, Charlie Condon, Brody Brecht, Liam Doyle, Alan Trammell, Bobby Witt, Felman Celestin, and Jeff Reardon. Celebrity spot is hit or miss, man. Like I said, there's some big names up there, but I guess it is a hard one to hit. Pete Rose on the battle worn to 3, Nolan Ryan to 10, and Don Mattingly to 10. Alright, here's our autos. I got them organized by number. So these are to 10. Merrick Houston, Hagen Smith, Emmanuel Rodriguez, Seaver King, Caminiti, Hagen Smith, Caleb Lamavita, Gage Jump, and Griffin Burkholder. Nothing to 9. No, to 9. Number to 8, we got Liam Doyle, Bryce Cunningham, Henry Lalani, Gabe Geckel, Carter Johnson, Tyler Bremner, and Cash Mayfield. Big stack of 7, numbered to 7. Andrew Painter, Walker Janik, Anderson Brito, Cade Ehrenbide, Thatcher Hurd, Keon Johnson, Joshua Kuroa Grauer, Carter Holton, Thatcher Hurd, Theo Gillen, Kalen Culpepper, Cam Caminiti, Kellen Lindsay, and Joshua Kuroda Grauer. Alright, these are to 6. Caden Bogenpole, Che Wei Lin, Franklin Arias, Malcolm Moore, Maddox Maloney, Gage Jump, and Tyson Lewis. Oh, their local minor league team to you? Griffin Burkholder, Desan Hill, and Charlie Condon. To 4, we got the Caminiti and Holton Duel, Miguel Blyce, Braden Montgomery, and Seth Hernandez. To 2, we got Xavier Nyans and Dexter McLeon. 1 of 1s, we got Miles Bailey, Kyle DeBarge, Yoniel Currit, George Walkow, Ashedri Vargas, Dylan Volantes, and Denny McClain. So all the 1 of 1s were aquatic. Okay. All right, we got a long list. I'm going to start just getting rid of some, and then I'll name out my top ones. So we're going to get rid of the Prospect Relic, Leo DeVry, to 5. Zaire Hope, aquatic, 1 of 1. I'll lay out some of my more favorite ones, and then I'll rank those at the end. Billy Carlson, 5 of 8. Jamie Arnold, 3 of 8 and 1 of 1. Felnin Celestin, 1 of 1. Rentaro Sasaki, 2 of 4. Gerangelo Klinge, 1 of 1. And Gerangelo Klinge and Ryan Sloan duel to 10. Travis Bazana, 3 of 6 and 2 of 5. How far is that from you? I'm going to go with the Rock Chalowski. I know it's worth more, but I'm just not into the NIL guys. 1 of 1. I'm going to go with the Seaver King, Bryce Rayner, duel to 8. That one we'll have to figure out what to do with. Alan Trammell, 1 of 1. Detroit got a really good break. I'm going to go with the Griffey Battle Worn 1 of 1 jersey. Oh, yeah, that's pretty close. Yadi Molina, 1 of 1. That one's really cool. I'm going to go with the Connor Griffin Wyatt Sanford duel to 5. I know it's worth more, but I like the legendary players. Connor Griffin, 1 of 6. This one's just so cool to me. If it didn't have the inscription, it might not be as cool. But 1 of 1, Bartolo Colon, big, sexy inscribed. That's just super cool. I'm gonna go with the triple 3 for all: Jim Leland, Tony La Russa, Terry Francona. I gotta have to figure out what to do about Francona. I know that's Detroit and St. Louis, but I just don't know if that's Cleveland or Boston. That's a 1 of 1. I'm going to put this number 1. Miggy, 3 of 10. I like the legendary players. So, fantastic break. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I really appreciate the fill. I know I've been saying for the last couple weeks I don't have Bowman Best, but I do now have Bowman Best. I'm going to price that up, get it posted tomorrow for a Friday break. So I won't have it till Friday, hopefully. That's the plan. So, appreciate you guys. Have a good night, and I'll see you next time.